See, in my journey, man, shit, I did everything good in my journey except for one thing that I fucked up on when I had my journey going. You know what I'm saying? In the past, my journey good now. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I done maximized some shit that nobody ain't doing. And Yahweh told me to shut up and don't say nothing and just do it. So, but, you know what I'm saying? My journey before, I had did some shit, man, that nobody really wasn't doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, got my home built from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 25. I done worked at hard jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, to get to the point where I wanted to be in life and everything. So, and as your journey go, you gonna have people, you know what I'm saying, that's think they're your friends, but they not. You know what I'm saying? And in my journey, I had friends that I thought they were my friends, but they weren't my friends, man. They were jealous of me. You know what I'm saying? They were player hate. You could tell they were, because you didn't say nothing. You just let them do what they do. But Yahweh was just exposing their ass of what they were doing and shit. And when you maximize something in your journey, you know what I'm saying? No, this is the past now. This ain't the future right now. I'm talking about the past of my journey. We talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, when my journey was starting, doing good, and I'm finna tell you that one thing I had, you know what I'm saying, fucked up on in my journey. You know what I'm saying? I got so excited to the point that I started, you know what I'm saying, talking. Telling people that I thought I was cool with, or they were cool with me, and shit like that. My business and shit. And this shit came back with a price. It really did. You know what I'm saying? I had so much, you know what I'm saying, shit going back then, you know what I'm saying? But I was rolling with it, but I was tapped in, but at the same time I wasn't tapped in because I was moving too fast too. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, I used to be a YN, but I wasn't on no killing shit. I was more of like, you know what I'm saying, temper going out the roof, crazy, you know what I'm saying, like hot-headed, you know what I'm saying, like to the point that I would, you know what I'm saying, do anything, you know what I'm saying, if a person get wrong type stuff. You had to grow, you know what I'm saying. Like, I was moving fast, getting shit fast, not doing it the right way, not tapped it in with Yahweh as strong as I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it took me 6 years, really 7 years to get to this point, to really, you know what I'm saying, change my ways of doing things in life. And when you that top tier and you not humble, that shit bites you in the ass, man. They really do. You gonna lose some shit that you gonna be like, God damn, man, I worked too hard for that. You did, but you got it the wrong way. You didn't get it in the right journey way. You got it in the fast lane way. You see what I'm saying? You were hopping back and forth. You were just like, okay, I'm gonna dip in here and I'm gonna dip back in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But you didn't never made a choice until Yahweh set your ass down, and He was like, hey man, you gonna have to make a choice of what you want to do. So, I was getting things, you know what I'm saying, man, paying cash for it, all this stuff, like doing all this stuff, but it's like it didn't serve no purpose. To me, I feel like it did, because at that time when I did have it, that was like my dream. Like, I wanted that job. You know what I'm saying? I tell y'all, I had bought a 2022. You know what I'm saying? Challenger 392, you know what I'm saying? I did, you know what I'm saying? Off the showroom floor. Brand fucking new. Sure did. Felt great. 392 TA. Y'all might see it probably on my video. If you look down on my video, you'll see the picture. See the video of it. But yeah, I had that junk. Brand new, feeling good, you know what I'm saying? Never got it stolen. Because I knew how to move. I kept my shit in my garage. Play with it if you want. Play with it if you want, you know what I'm saying? I got cameras, I got alarms, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I got you. I got that shotgun waiting on your ass too, if you try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like, I didn't play that shit. Cause I like, nah, shit. I'm hearing stories, people saying they getting their shit stolen. I'm like, man, they ain't touching my shit. Shit. You gotta move in silence, man. You gotta know how to move. You know what I'm saying? But I had jealousy people, you know what I'm saying? Man, I had so much jealousy and hate. When I had that car, that shit was crazy. I was like, wow. I said, my family, friends too, you know what I'm saying? Especially friends. That shit was really crazy. I said, man, damn, bro. Like, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying, it's the norm. Cause I'm like, bro, you go get you a car too, but it ain't the norm. If you got good credit and you got, you know what I'm saying, some money and shit, and they don't have no good credit, they can't do no shit like this. So it hurts them, it hurts their pride. But they'll look at it like, he's shitting on me. He's shitting on me. I'm not shitting on you. I'm just coming by seeing you, bro. Seeing how you doing. What the fuck? You riding in my shit. Like, how I'm shitting on you and you riding in my shit, and I let you drive my shit and I fuck with you. Like, how I'm shitting on you? Who gonna let somebody drive a brand new car out the showroom floor just like that? I did, because I trust my guy. I feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying, we've been rocking each other for a while, so hey, we could do it. But people take it the wrong way. You shitting on me. You shitting on me. You're like, bro, what? Ain't nobody thinking about you. But see, in that journey, you don't know the spiritual law. You don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. You just thinking to yourself, man, he ain't talking about nothing, man. I'm still gonna do me. But it's a price to this shit. You see what I'm saying? That shit real. It's a price to this shit. So it's like, as that journey went, Yahweh was telling me, like, man, Lee, why you get that? That's exactly how he said it. And you know you didn't get it right. And I was like, well, Yahweh, let me just enjoy it, man. I said, you know this is my favorite car. Come on, man. I ain't never had no sports car. This is my first sports car. I ain't never had no V6 sports car. I ain't never had none of that. I went and bought a V8 392 TA. Yeah, brand new. That junk had 8 miles on it, on the showroom floor. Them folks at the dealership thought I couldn't even get it. They looked at me crazy. Talking about, man, you can't afford that. It fucked them up when I had said, man, I got good credit, bro. I can get this. You gonna finance it with us? Fuck no, I'm gonna finance it with the Navy Federal Credit Union. The fuck? Yeah, the Navy Federal Credit Union, I'm gonna finance it with them. They didn't believe that shit. They didn't believe that shit until the Navy Federal gave me the check of how much that damn car was, or the final price. That's when they were like, God damn. That young buck know what he doing. Yeah, I do. Thanks to my 2 parents. They taught me the game, bro. You can't play with me, fool. You can't fucking play with me, bro. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, Yahweh talked to me about it. He was like, man, I'm gonna let you enjoy it. But time is ticking. That's what he was saying. I was like, okay. And he was like, you gotta make a choice, man. You gotta make a choice if you really want to get right. You know what I'm saying? You trying to get right, but you moving too fast. You can't move fast, y'all, when you in this journey. See, like I said, I was already in the journey, but I moved a little bit too fast. See, I was in that school, man. Yahweh let me have it. But it went long. I had it for about a year. And it was it. They were hating on the job when I had that jump. They like, how he get that? See, back then, I was, you know what I'm saying, driving trucks. I was driving 18-wheelers. They were hating like a motherfucker on the job. You thinking cause see, you feel like in your brain, like, man, shit, they drive trucks too. Shit, they got, you know, nice whips and shit, Cadillacs, Corvettes and shit like that. But you pull up and, I'm talking about they really is driving it in the parking lot, you see it. But you pull up in something like this and you thinking that you just gonna blend in with them. Nah, that shit don't work like that. That's why I told myself, I said, man, I can't rely on no 9-to-5 job, man. I can't do that. I gotta get me a business. I gotta do something different. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, why y'all hate? I thought we were making money. I thought we were doing it. You know what I'm saying? But apparently they fucking pissed. How the fuck he get that? He ain't been on job that long. He only been on job for 6 months. How the fuck he get that? And then they get all in your business, want to talk to the managers about your ass. Yeah, that shit real, bro. That shit real. And then they cut your money. Because they feel like you making too much money. You showboating. But you not. You just doing you. But it's like, damn, this is crazy, man. That's why I talk about this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to have freedom, bro. You don't want to have no stress on your mind and be scared to do certain shit. Like, nah, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know people that ride their old school to the jobs and shit, and they get player hate on it. And I be like, man, that shit wild, bro. You can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't even be trying to show your shit off. You just driving and trying to park your shit and go to fucking work. So I was like, man, this shit crazy. No. You know what I'm saying? So as my journey went, I had to get rid of it. It fucking tore me up. I was like, damn, I masterminded something that I ain't, you know what I'm saying, think I could do. But I did. Like I said, first sports car ever. First V8 sports car ever. No V6, V8. I jumped the gun. I could have got a Hellcat, but I was like, nah, I didn't want to pay that damn high ass note. So I was like, fuck that. I said, we'll just get this Scat Pack right here. This 392 though. It was really a 392 TA. That's what it was. It didn't say Scat Pack on it, but it was just 392 TA. But when you crank it up, the dashboard said Scat Pack. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I love that motherfucker, man. I ride that joint. I love riding that joint. That joint was mine. It was hidden, especially on the highway. I think it was 180 on the dash, so I did like 175 in that motherfucker. Straight shot. Yeah, 175. I was holding it. I was trying to see can it climb some more. It was shit. I just slowed on down though. But I think it could have climbed some more though. That junk hit 175 though. I said, shit. I said, that bitch running. Fuck. So I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. I said, this motherfucker running. And I enjoyed that jump, you know what I'm saying? I did a lot to it. I changed the exhaust. I already had a cold air intake on that jump. Changed the exhaust. Put limo tint on that dude. You couldn't see nobody in that motherfucker. Put a kill switch on that motherfucker. I put a kill switch on it, and that bitch was still in the garage. That shit crazy. You know? But, you know what I'm saying? In the journey, you know what I'm saying? You gonna have people that gonna player hate you because they don't like what you doing. I had people, man, they didn't like that shit. They gonna talk about something, man, we struggling over here. How the hell you get that? Like, nigga, that ain't my problem. That's your problem, nigga. Don't worry about how the fuck I got that. Worry about you and your fucking journey. That's how I felt. You see what I'm saying? I wanted to say that, but my spirit told me don't do it. My spirit just said, man, just let them talk, bro. And I'm like, Yahweh, you know how these folks is. You like, why these folks be doing that, man? They just trying to get into your skin. I was like, yeah, you're right. They are. So I had to learn how to deal with this shit. You see what I'm saying? You know, so it's like, when my journey went, you know what I'm saying, in that direction, going through it and shit, I was like, okay. I was like, man, this shit is crazy, man. I said, this shit is real, real crazy. I said, this is how people are. Because they not happy. I had to really realize this shit. They are not happy. And that's what Yahweh was telling me. They not happy, Lee. They're not happy, Lee. They're not happy. I was like, okay. I'm like, why they not happy? He said, because they fucked up in life. They stressed. And they see you with nice shit. You making them mad even more. And I'm like, damn, so what do I need to do? And he was like, man, you're going to have to be alone and just disappear. I was like, okay. Fast. He said, you can still do all this shit, but don't be around them no more. I said, okay. So I said, I can still do what I want to do, buy what I want to buy and all that. He said, yeah, but don't be around them. I was like, yeah. Don't come back type shit. I had to learn this shit, but I had said, but how can I do that? He said, right now we got to start by losing that. I said, losing what? This Challenger. I was like, okay. Even though you like it, even though that's your dream car, can't do it though, man. I was like, yeah. First sports car in my life that I ever had. I said, damn. I said, I can't believe I copped that motherfucker. Nobody in my circle did not do that shit. Nobody in my circle, nor in my family. I was like, man. So it's like Yahweh was giving me you know what I'm saying, a life that I can have if I do it the right way. And he told me, he said, you did good, but you still did it the wrong way. You moved too fast with it. You could get it, but you can't be, you know what I'm saying, moving too fast. Follow the steps. I was like, okay. So as my journey went, I had to eliminate people out of my circle, man. Some of them played me like I was stupid and dumb. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't. I'm clever as fuck. I know how to play stupid and dumb on purpose to make you feel like I'm really stupid and dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't with that. You know what I'm saying? I will get on your ass if you do cross the line. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I just don't say nothing because I know me, because I know what I could do. And I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to stay focused in the motion and don't let nobody distract your journey. You see what I'm saying? So as I grew and Yahweh taught me, you know what I'm saying, how to grow into my journey, how to not let nothing get to me, how to just move in silence and mind your business, stay humble and be patient. You know what I'm saying? I had to work a little harder. You know what I'm saying? I really had to work a little harder. I failed a test. You see what I'm saying? I really did. So I was like, damn. I didn't have to start all over, nothing like that. I didn't have to do none of that. But I had to start off where I was at. I said, okay. So I said, Yahweh, I said, man, help me, man. I said, what should I do then? Because I said, man, you know I like nice things. You know I buy cars. I buy brand new cars off the showroom floor. I never buy shit used. I said, only thing that's used at my house is my old school truck. I said, but other than that, because I'm trying to build that. But I said, but other than that, any car I buy is always fucking new. Off the showroom floor with 5 or 8 miles on it. And he said, I know. But you need to do it the right way. I said, all right. He said, you want to have peace in your life so you can do it the right way. I was like, yep. I like that makes sense. So it didn't serve me no purpose of having it. Because I was like, damn. Because I'm like, man, I'm not really driving my other car like that. I'm driving this Challenger all the time. I'm always doing that. You see what I'm saying? Especially on the weekends. You know how people like to ride their sports cars and motorcycles on the weekends and shit like that. That's me. I'm out there. You see what I'm saying? Other car at the house. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm having 3 whips. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy how life changed, man. Like, when you grow and when God elevates you in your mind to let you do other things that gonna get you more wealth and more money than just trying to buy a freaking car. So it's like, okay. So you gotta put your mind into things that you don't want to do, that's gonna take time, but also gonna bring you wealth though in the future. It's positively, baby.